What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo comes to you guys with yet another video. So, Royal Rumble is next Saturday, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about was John Cena and give you guys my thoughts and opinions on some stuff, and ultimately get your thoughts and opinions as well about what I'm about to say. Because what I'm about to say might be a little controversial to some, but again, this is my personal opinion. Um, and the title of this video pretty much will be why John Cena should not win the Royal Rumble. So, Royal Rumble, like I said, it's next weekend, and they're amping this up to be probably one of the greatest or best Royal Rumble matches of all time, right? And going into that, there's a lot of people that's going to be involved in that. They already got John Cena announced, CM Punk. We all think LA Knight's been announced, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn. Um, and many others that have been announced at this point in the Royal Rumble. So it's going to be a very stacked, and Drew McIntyre as well. It's going to be very stacked in the grand scheme of things, and they're going to try to make this the best that it's ever been. And you can make a case for numerous wrestlers to potentially win the Royal Rumble. John Cena is one of those names you can make a case for to win the Royal Rumble match as well because he's on his farewell tour, but he's made it very clear that he wants that 17th World Championship during his farewell tour. And I'm here to let you know that I'm not by what I'm saying. I'm not saying that John Cena won't win the championship, but I don't think he's going to win the Rumble. And here's why. I think the way they're going to set this up, right? John Cena's farewell tour is gonna be a roller coaster of emotions, to be honest, because I think WWE is going to want to play the long term story with John Cena, and what I mean by that, they can probably tell the story where he comes close to winning the Royal Rumble. He might make it down to the final four and get eliminated by someone else, and then maybe that might lead to something else we don't know. But he loses the Royal Rumble. He's eliminated by the final four, and you could tell he's distraught. The fans that might be there, they might be in distraught because John Cena is not winning the Royal Rumble, and he's made it very clear that for John Cena, in John Cena's case, that this is the last Royal Rumble that he'll be a part of, the last Elimination Chamber, the last WrestleMania, and so on and so forth. So he's making it very clear this is the last time we're going to see him at these pay-per-views. So the fans are going to be clamoring to see him, win that to set up his match at WrestleMania to become 17-time world champion. And I think it's not I'm not saying it can't happen, but what I'm saying is do you have other players in play here that potentially could benefit by winning. One, I will say CM Punk. I think CM Punk deserves to win the World Rumble and set up his match at WrestleMania because you got to think last year I think he probably was supposed to win. I think a lot of people wanted him to win, so why not finally give him the win here? And you also got to understand he won't be able to win it next year because he's made it very clear that he does not want to be in Saudi Arabia or compete in Saudi Arabia. So you probably want to do it here because if you don't do it here, then what? You're gonna have to wait till like what 2027 to potentially put the Royal Rumble victory on him. And I think he's made it very clear he came back to win the Royal Rumble. He came back to main event and headline a WrestleMania. So I think you want to do that. But then going back to what I'm saying about John Cena, we're gonna tell a story, a long-term story, because WWE loves the long-term story. They don't give us the instant gratification like we were accustomed to in the previous regime. In this regime, you're going to see things play out over time and ultimately get to their climax at some point down the line. We see that numerous times where they didn't give us the instant gratification. We seen with Cody Rhodes when he finished tried to finish his story at WrestleMania 39. They, instead of giving us the instant gratification, having him win, they took a longer, compelling story where he won the next year, and you had some twists and turns in the grand scheme of it to throw fans off, and eventually we got to him winning the championship. Same thing you could say with Liv Morgan. You could say the same thing with other people as well. So we are not getting the instant gratification of them winning. We're telling a longer story before they get to the conclusion of what the story is they're trying to tell. And with John Cena, I think the story you do is have him come up short in the Royal Rumble, right? He comes in maybe like midway. He's having a good showing. He makes it to the final four. He gets eliminated. That leaves him distraught. The fans will be distraught as well. Then fast forward to Elimination Chamber. He makes it to the final two. and he gets eliminated. Then you're creating more and more intrigue and sympathy for John Cena to have people want to see him become 17-time world champion. You have him, make it on the Mania card and do something, and maybe one of the mid card title scenes. Maybe you could do that to add more emphasis and importance to the titles. We see what he was able to do with the U.S. Championship. Imagine him what he's able to do if he was able to go after the Intercontinental Championship, the one title that he has not been able to hold yet in his WWE career. I think that would be something interesting and fresh. He can add more importance to the title as well and stuff like that. And we've seen him what he was able to do. He introduced new stars. He helped get new stars over and stuff in the grand scheme of things. And I would love to see him do that once again, but now with the Intercontinental Championship compared to the U.S. Championship. So now we're seeing him do that potentially at WrestleMania. Then that kind of holds him over for maybe about a month or two. Then fast forward to Money in the Bank. He gets close to winning the Money in the Bank. He's probably on the ladder, about on the cusp of winning, but something happens where he does not win. Now it's getting to the point where he's starting to become more desperate to get that 17-time world championship, and now he's starting to have doubt. He starts to doubt himself. Can I really win this championship? Did I really come back and I'm not gonna do it? And they tell the story over these months to where he gets to that point where he becomes more desperate, and it maybe leads to a heel turn. Maybe he does, flip a switch and he becomes a heel and goes after everything that he has pretty much stood for all his entire career. And I think this would be something new, fresh, and exciting. I'm not saying that he will turn heel, but that would be a cool moment if they were to pull the trigger on that, because I think that would be interesting. And then you also got to think, you got SummerSlam. SummerSlam is 2 nights. What if there is a possibility where he does go out and become, a world champion at SummerSlam or something along the lines of that? I think that's the story we could be having take place from now up until, later in the months of this year. And I think that's the story that they should go with. I don't think we necessarily need to have the instant gratification. I think we can tell a compelling story that we can tell from now through WrestleMania season and even post WrestleMania season heading into the summer and going into SummerSlam. I think that'll be a long, compelling story. You give us a good 6 months of compelling storytelling, and then at that point in time, you can pull the trigger on like a John Cena becoming a WWE or World Heavyweight Champion. Because in my personal opinion, if he's going after any championship, he's going to more likely go after the WWE Championship, because you got to think the way they've been positioning both titles. They've been positioning Cody's title to be the main event title, like the big names will go after that championship. They have not yet established the World Heavyweight Championship to be as such. It is still seen as a consolation prize to Cody Rhodes Championship. You got to think of the people that have been surrounding that title for on SmackDown. You got to think about it. Randy Orton's a big name. You had The Rock, you had Cody, you have Roman Reigns. All those big names that have pretty much gone after that title, we have not seen like a big name like that go after the World Championship. Yes, we did see Randy Orton last year, but outside of that, we have not really seen that as of late. So I think it would probably be more beneficial for him to go after the WWE Championship compared to the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I'm not going to say he won't go after it. I think that would be cool, but I think, knowing John Cena, he would probably be more likely from a business standpoint. They're going to want him to hold the WWE Championship compared to the World Heavyweight Championship. That's just me being honest. But I do think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go with the long-term storytelling here. They're not going to give us the instant gratification. They're going to tell this compelling story for 6 months at least. And then maybe around SummerSlam, with it being 2 nights this year, he can probably win the WWE Championship there and at least hold it for like the remainder of the year. That gives him at least like 4 months to hold the WWE Championship or something along the lines of that. But comment down below. Let me know. Do you guys think WWE will have John Cena win the Royal Rumble, or in your case, do you think he should win the Royal Rumble, or do you think they should tell a longer, compelling story and then maybe have the narrative where he comes up short in a lot of these matches, but ultimately gets to his end goal and win the championship later this year, maybe at SummerSlam, and they can tell the story that way? Comment down below. Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything in the comment section down below. Road to 800. Ultimate goal, we're trying to get to is 10K by the end of this year. I know we can do it as a wrestling family, a wrestling community, so let's make it happen. With that being said, super kick that like button. Helps my channel get pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing here on YouTube. Superman, plus the notification bell, and spear the subscribe button. Takes 3 seconds every day to do those 3 things for me. Helps in the progression of my channel as well. But with that being said, hope everyone has a great day, a great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.